Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of G9ija TV, the new scope. Today we have some couple of stories, so we'll be starting off with our first story of the evening. It's about the multi-choice. Um, it actually says Nigeria loses 243,000 DSTV Go TV subscribers in 6 months. Is anybody surprised? It should not be surprising at all. This is one of the key things that you know this is what once you have an economic downturn, there are some things that are just going to fly out the window priority wise. So I'm not really surprised at all that we're having this um that are actually having this situation, really, because if you look at it right, with the cost of living, actually going through the roof. The cost of living that is actually going through the roof right now is not just acceptable at all. So DSTV losing 243,000 subscriber is not surprising at all. Absolutely not. So people shouldn't look at it and think, how is that possible? So he said the South African pay TV operator MultiChoice Group disclosed that its Nigerian unit, MultiChoice Nigeria, lost 243,000 subscribers on its digital satellite television DSTV and general entertainment on television Go TV services from April to September this year. The company revealed these figures in its interim financial result for the period ending 30th September 2024, which were released on Tuesday. Multitudes attributed this decline to Nigerian high inflation, which exceeded 30%, driven by the rising cost of food, electricity, and fuel, causing many customers to disconnect. In its financial report for March 2024, Multitudes had earlier reported an 18% subscriber loss in Nigeria. The company further reported a 566,000 subscriber loss in the rest of Africa operations over the past 6 months, with Zambia and Nigeria contributing the largest share to this decline, with the rest of Africa business having seen a decline of 803,000 subscribers in 2H FY24. This rate of decline slowed to 566,000. Um, the loss included 298,000 in Zambia, 243,000 in Nigeria, while other markets experienced a minor decline. Extreme inflation and currency instability have negatively impacted the group profits, with MultiChoice Group CEO Calvo Mawila commenting, "We are making good progress in addressing the technical insolvency that resulted from non-cash accounting entries at the end of the last financial year." Mawila noted that the group net equity position is expected to recover by November. With regards to Zambian losses, the company attributed them to extensive power outage caused by drought, leaving some regions with up to 23 hours of daily outage. The company also cited competition from streaming services and changes in viewers' preference as pressure on its traditional pay TV model. To adapt, MultiChoice invested an additional um, ZAR 6 billion in its streaming service Showmax, which reported 50% year-over-year growth. Mawila added, Showmax strategically positions the business to actively participate in the streaming revolution as it gains momentum across Africa. The truth of the matter is that DSTV needs to just, reduce their pricing if they are going to actually stay afloat. If they can actually do that, they'll be able to ride, the challenges that Nigeria and some other African countries. That way, if they're able to reduce the price, then subscribers will look at it like, okay, it's not really costing much. Yeah, we can still go for it. But if they insist on either maintaining the current costs, in terms of subscriptions, I don't think they're going to be able to make it. So moving swiftly on, let me just change this one here. Right. There's a story of a Nigerian in America who basically allegedly abused a minor. Um, is on the run. He's actually suspected to be in Nigeria. He said Olalekan Abimbola Olawusi, U.S. places $25,000 bounty on fleeing Nigerian man. U.S. authorities places a 48-year-old Nigerian man, Olalekan Abimbola Olawusi, has been declared wanted by the United States authorities with a 25,000 reward offered for information leading to his arrest. Olawusi is believed to have fled to Nigeria, faces charges of first-degree murder and 2 counts of inflicting serious bodily injury to a child. The charges stems from an April 3rd, 2017 incident in Providence, Rhode Island, where emergency personnel found Olawusi 3 months old son in critical condition, bleeding. Uh, the infant was transported to the hospital in cardiac arrest and required resuscitation to regain a pulse. Hospital examinations revealed 18 injuries across the child's body in various stages of healing, suggesting a long-term abuse. Medical assessment identified a skull fracture, subdural hematoma, significant brain injury, fractures to the child's ribs, clavicle, legs, and arms. In a statement, Don Freeman, supervisory deputy, U.S. Marshal, urged anyone with information on Olawisi whereabouts to come forward. The infant was placed on life support but died 6 months later. However, Providence police arrested and charged Olawusi April 2017 with first degree child abuse. He was released the next day and subsequently fled. The murder charge was added following the infant's death October 31st, 2017. Meanwhile, in November 2017, the Providence Police Department and the Rhode Island Attorney General Office requested the assistance of the U.S. Marshal Service to locate Olawusi. Subsequent investigation revealed that Olawusi had flown out of John F. Kennedy International Airport in New York on June 20th, 2017, using his Nigerian passport. Investigators believe Olawusi may be receiving assistance from family members in Nigeria and that it could be a danger to other children. Mr. Olawusi is wanted for the abuse and murder of an innocent child and has fled the country to avoid justice, said Director Ronald L. Davis of the U.S. Marshal Service. So, um, this is Olalekan, folks. So, this is him here. And, wow. Well, yeah, they said the man is deemed innocent until found guilty. So we're going to actually assume that we'll give him the benefit of doubt. So we don't. I mean, I've heard stuff like this before where they've seen some injuries and it didn't happen to. By the time they go to the bottom of it, they found out that it's a medical condition. I'm just saying. So I'm not saying that's exactly what is taking place here. So it's just better to keep an open mind, and it's a possibility, right? So the next story we have here is about the talent manager, Bizo Osikoya. So talent manager Bizo Osikoya addresses those who beg for money to organize their wedding. Um, Bizo Osikoya has shared a word of advice for those who cannot afford the wedding. He berated those who disturb others for money to sponsor their wedding. The talent manager wrote on X, if you don't have the money to do wedding, it is not by force. Just do registry and bounce. Stop disturbing people for money to do wedding. The irony of this is that this afternoon I actually had a conversation with somebody, about this. The gentleman we were talking about in Nigeria sometimes, when we talk about politicians being corrupt. But the truth of the matter is that there are people who go to their constituency representatives and actually ask them to organize a wedding for their son or daughter, and it, they do it on the understanding that it is their entitlement, that after all they are the one supporting these political figures, you know And just exactly, we do have a very, very big case of people living beyond their means. People not really minding. They don't even see it as an issue. They know that, by the time they thought like one or two places, they will pay for the wedding. Doesn't make sense. Person is actually right. It's nonsensical to actually have. How can you go and meet your representative and ask them to organize? Not just that, just going to go and meet. Generally, asking people, my daughter is getting married. I'm getting married. Your son is getting married. Whatever. The person getting married knows exactly what their pocket is. Anyway, just saying. So there you go. So the final story I've got about. So we're crossing over to America now. Yeah. So Kamala Harris. This is the Kamala story. Right. Kamala Harris paid Oprah Winfrey $1 million during her failed presidential bid as part of our 1 billion campaign spending spree. View the full results of the US election via our live updating maps and charts. It is said Kamala Harris paid Oprah Winfrey $1 million to help her failed presidential bid that cost a whopping $1.2 billion. Winfrey Harper Production received $1 million from the Harris campaign on October 15 after Winfrey hosted a star-studded town hall event for the vice president in September. The Washington Examiner reports. Winfrey also participated in the Democrat last campaign rally in Philadelphia on the night before election day alongside celebrities like Lady Gaga, Ricky Martin, Katy Perry, who publicly endorsed Harris. The legendary talk show host is not the only entertainer who received money from the vice president in the hopes of helping her presidential campaign. Harris reportedly spent six figures to build out the set for October appearance on the hit podcast Call Her Daddy, where she sat down with the show host Alex Cooper. In total, the Harris campaign spent 1.2 billion on the race, while Trump campaign spent 750 million. A Financial Times analysis found. Although some believes Harris spending could be even higher, it's not about the money really. So basically, what's happened is Oprah Winfrey has actually come out to refute, but there is evidence. It's been registered that indeed she did accept $1 million to actually $1 million to make the appearance for Kamala Harris. You see, this is one of the things that people should try and understand. You see, when the celebrities, the Hollywood elite, came out and made it out like they were really out there to support Kamala, but they were all getting paid. Lady Gaga was paid, so that means that we can assume that every single one of them that showed up, Queen B was paid. She's not coming out to say that she wasn't paid. She was paid. You know, and I understand. I think they said she was paid like about 10 million. To just come out and say some few words. Wow, man, I would love to make that kind of money. So this is one of the key challenges that there is, right? So these people are coming out, making it out like we believe in Kamala Harris. So if they believed in her, why are they collecting money? They didn't need to actually collect anything, but there we are. So that is exactly what's taking place. So these people are when we see them, we think, oh, they're endorsing her. So anyway, but they've just actually made the whole nonsense of their uh you know all the endorsement counts for nothing, regardless of how much they've collected. So it's no surprise that it turns out that Kamala is winning about $20 million after receiving well over $1.2 billion. Doing what? They were ridiculous, like building a replica sign, a replica studio of call is it call me daddy or call daddy. So she just wasted money spending, like some, you know like some Arab sheikh, with bottomless pit money. And this is supposed to be somebody that is vying for the office of the president of the United States. You see, the main media are not calling her out on this. They're not. That is where all their campaigns, everything is coming down the hill. All their ratings, the mainstream media, everything, all their ratings are actually coming down. Some have even left. All the lies, all the collusion, all the colluding with Kamala Harris and all. So there we go. So this is just what it is. Anyway, thanks, folks. So that is pretty much what it is for today. So we're actually looking um, to see you guys again, same time. Definitely is going to be a bit earlier tomorrow. So good night, God bless, and see you tomorrow.